Hi, I'll be discussing the Lebanese Arab culture. Arab is a term used to describe the people whose native tongue is Arabic. Arab is a cultural term, not a racial term. And Arabic people come from various ethnic and religious backgrounds. When you think of the Middle East, to name a few popular known countries, you can think of Dubai, Palestine, Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, Saudi Arabia. All these countries speak the same language and, for the most part, have a lot of similarities within the culture. Arabs do have a strong culture filled with ethnic foods, traditions, and solid family values. Although you can find many similarities, not all countries are exactly the same. There are different dialects within the accents, pronouncing the Arabic language, and religion differences. So let's dive back into the Lebanese culture. So Lebanon is bordered by Syria to the north and east to Israel, and it's across the Mediterranean Sea. Lebanese culture is very diverse. It's like an Arab melting pot. A lot of Palestinians did migrate to Lebanon to find a better life during all the wars that have happened. Um, there is a large Muslim community as well as a Christian one. French is also a known language in Lebanon and as learned in schools alongside English. Nonverbal communication is a huge part of the Lebanese culture, including artifacts, body art, cultural, and religious artifacts. Um, you can think about the evil eye. You can think about henna as body art tattoo. Religious, we have the Quran, you have the Bible. Aspects of the environment. So, how Arabs greet one another, including formality and family. Nonverbal communication goes a long way in the Arab Lebanese culture. So, body language is really huge and can show interest or disinterest in conversations, both formal and informal. So, the nonverbal communication example would be how they greet one another. You go in, you reach for the handshake, hug, kiss left, right, left. Elders especially expect this from you. This is a way you come and say hello. Um, Persuasive style is definitely commonly used in the Lebanese culture. The persuasive style is culturally preferred and is just the way Arabs convince one another. Through Aristotle's artistic proofs, um, pathos happens to be the arguments are based off of emotion. It's fair to say emotional aspects of persuading is a general Arab cultured style, and it's not just for the Lebanese. When Arabs speak amongst each other, it may sound like they are yelling to outsiders. In a sense, they are, but the loudness refers back to the emotion, which is behind the message they are trying to reach. Usually, the louder the voice, the more important the message. Um, Especially when they're trying to stir the listeners in their direction and make sure that they agree with what they're talking about. That happens a lot and goes hand in hand with pride and refers back to a persuasive style of communication. Types of relationships vary in the Muslim Lebanese culture, whether you're a stranger or acquaintance. There's a specific place for you. Certain aspects of relationships or attitudes and opinions are discussed either privately or publicly. For example, something that is discussed publicly is religion. Religion is not only religion, but it's also a cultural thing when you're discussing the Islam religion. It's very openly discussed. Um, Many Arabs take a lot of pride in their religion and so often try to convert others into their own. Something you don't want to talk about publicly would be your relationship. Um, this is not something you want to talk about. The words boyfriend, girlfriend are not really looked good upon. Something that in a relationship that you could publicly talk about would be an arranged marriage. Arranged marriages are just like prideful. People take a lot of pride in arranged marriages. Common misconceptions of the Arab culture are that they all practice Islam, all Muslim women are suppressed, and the Middle East is only oil and desert. Many Arabs practice different types of religions, including Christianity, Judaism. Not everyone in the Middle East is Muslim. As you can see here in this photo, a group of Lebanese men carrying crosses, and you can see that this is not necessarily always true. Here's a photo of women in a classroom, some covered, some not, and sharing classroom with men, getting their education, having the same rights. Here's a photo of the cedar forest in Lebanon, showing you that there's not only desert and oil to offer in the Middle East. There is abundance of beauty, including mountains, oceans, and the cedar forest. Effective interaction with Arab culture is to be very open with your guests. Know that as soon as you walk into someone's home, they are immediately going to send you coffee, tea, pastry, snacks. Be willing and open to accept. They won't ask you if you would like something to drink necessarily. They will just bring it to you and expect you to drink and conversate. When you're speaking business in the business world, make sure you develop time to build a relationship with the Arab individual. They won't spend time with you unless they feel a connection and trust that is built, and otherwise there will be no decision making made unless they feel that that you have good intentions and that they are able to trust you. That is all for my presentation. Thank you.